billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn. First and foremost, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the tawfiq, the blessing to continue the commemoration of Sayyid al-Shuhada Imam Husayn alayhi salam. I'll just mention one point for today, and the reason being is this. If we can take one thing away from everything, anything in life, any lesson, good or bad, I'm sure it can help us reach the next level, the next stage. The theme in our last few talks has been the purification of the self. And yesterday we looked at the fact of the intellect, and more so we looked at khulus niyat. As the Holy Prophet has said, al-niyatu afdalu amal. Your niyyah is better than the act itself. It's higher than the act itself. If I intend to feed 50 people here today and I can only feed one, I'll be rewarded as if I've fed those 50 with that one person. One story and I'll finish there. In one time in the city of Baghdad, one of our scholars, our adullahs, our scholars reached there. The king of Baghdad at the time had said, "Come to me for dinner." Those of you who have been to madrasa, class 5, I can see some smiling. We've covered this before. He said, "Come to me for dinner." The scholar said, "No, you are zalim. I don't eat with you." He said, "No, if you don't come, it won't be good for you." So he went. There were other schools, other sects, other scholars. This person was representing the Jafari Shia Ithna Ashari fiqh. He sat down, they ate. He said, "I have a question for you." The wizir stood up. "What's your question?" He said, "I have a hadith here from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad."
This hadith says, if for 40 days a true believer avoids sin, no sin, tries his best, Allah will protect him from haram food. O scholar of the Shia mazhab, is this a true hadith? You know, in Shia terminology, ilmu rijal, there's many different categorizations. Is it mutawatir? Not mutawatir. Okay, if it's not mutawatir, khabar al-wahid, solitary report. Then you go deeper. Is it Hassan, Sa'id, Muwathaq, Da'if Munjir? There's many other categories. The scholar looked at this and said, this is a sahih hadith. Imam Sadiq said this is true. He finished his food, he went away. The wazir went to the king, he said, how can we trap him? How can we embarrass him? Let's do this. Let's call him again next time. This time we'll feed him haram food first. Then we will ask him, was that hadith true? This is our way of catching him out. You see the extent to which people go. Called him again, the Shia clerk came. Hall packed, many other scholars. They fed him food. They said, "Agha, that hadith from Imam Sadiq that for 40 days you don't do a sin, Imam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you from haram food. Is that true?" He said, "Yes, this is true. It's a sahih hadith." He said, "But we've just fed you haram food. So how is this hadith true? Why didn't Allah protect you? This means your Imam Sadiq and your Imams, they're liars, na'uzubillah. You are a liar. Your Imams are liars. What would we do?" It's packed, filled, everyone's watching him. What do you do? The scholar stopped. He started to think. He said, "I would like to know, how is this food haram? How?" He said, "Well, I don't know. I told the chef to make it haram." The scholar said, "Call the chef." The wazir said, "Why are you trying to long this out? Just eat. You've admitted you've eaten haram." In Urdu we have a saying, "Kabhi kabhi patili salan se zyada garam hoti hai." The king was watching. This wazir was pumped up. "No, why are you calling the chef? No, you have admitted you are wrong." He said, "No, call the chef." The chef came. "Mr. Chef, how is this food haram?" He said, "I told the soldiers to go bring some sheep." Call the soldiers. The wazir again, "Why are you trying to long this out? Just admit it." He said, "No, call the soldiers." The soldiers came. "Yes, how is this food haram?" They said, "We stole this sheep from a villager." You know, haram food is not just pork or swine. If you steal, if you do zulm and eat, even though that food is halal, because you've done zulm, that becomes haram. The Ayatollah said, "Call that villager, I want to see him." The villager came. "Yes, is this your sheep?" "Yes, it is." "And these soldiers stole your sheep?" "Yes, they did." "So the food is haram. Allah didn't protect you. The hadith is wrong." He said, "Wait, oh villager, tell me what happened." He said, "Agha, I had a mannat. I had a vow. If Allah helps me out, I am going to feed you one of my sheep. He said, I was going to come and cook it for you, but these soldiers came and took my sheep away. Allah, I'm so sorry. I wanted to feed you my sheep. The Ayatollah stood up. He looked at everyone in the hall. He looked at the king as well and the wazir. He said, this sheep was haram for you all, but it was halal for me. See how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects you? Khulus niyat, that's all you need. I'll finish up with this though. Today is a very heavy night for the Ahlul Bayt. We commemorate the 4-year-old of Imam Hussain in Islam. Azizatul Hussain, Bibi Sakina sallallahu. You see, Bibi Sakina also saw her family members leaving. On the day of Ashura, she's thirsty, but she's seeing Hazrat Qasim leave. Hazrat Abbas is gone. Where is my uncle? Why hasn't Hazrat Abbas come? Imam Hussain came back with the alam. There's no water, Sakina. Your Abbas is no more. She saw Hazrat Ali Akbar leave. She came to Hazrat Ali Akbar. She said, oh my brother, irham ghurbatana. Have mercy upon me, my brother. Don't leave me as well. Hazrat Ali Akbar left. Without a doubt though, the most troublesome time for Bibi Sakina was this. Imam Hussain is leaving. He sat on his Zuljana for the last time. He said, Zuljana, take me to the Maqtal, and that's it, no more. Zuljana did not move. Imam Hussain said, Zuljana, are you tired as well? Since the morning you've been with me. One final time, take me, and that's it. Zuljana could not speak, so he put his head down. Imam Hussain looked what was in the feet. There was a 4-year-old girl by the name of Sakina, holding onto the legs of Zuljana, crying out, oh Zuljana, don't take my father to the battlefield. Whoever has gone there has not come back alive. Imam Hussain came off his horse. Sakina, my dear, why don't you let me go? You've given me permission. She said, Baba, my Ali Akbar is gone. My Ali Asghar has gone as well. I am your daughter. What is there for me? What will be of me? Imam Hussain says, some scholars say, Imam Hussain picked up some khak of Karbala. He poured it into Bibi Sakina's head. He said, my dear Sakina, for you there's Yatimi. For you there's Asiri. For you is the Zindan of Sham. Have patience, my dear daughter. A lot of Masai will fall before you. Hamid bin Muslim says though, I saw a little girl on the day of Ashura. She had fire in her clothes. And she would run, and this fire would increase. So I went to help her. She looked at me and said, oh man, do you know where Najaf is? He said, why do you want to go to Najaf? She said, I have a granddad by the name of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He's Mushkil Kusha. I want to meet him. He said, little girl, Najaf is too far. So Bibi Sakina looked at him and said, can you take me to the Firat? He said, I thought this girl was thirsty. So I took her to the Firat. But she started running, not to the water. There was a body by the Firat which she ran towards. She threw herself onto the body of Hazrat Abbas. She began crying out, oh my uncle, come back to the tents. I do not want the water anymore. People like Shimmer are beating Bibi Zainab salamullahi alayha. Come back, my uncle. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam was also with this Bibi. It is narrated in the Zindan, she would look at the birds and ask Imam Sajjad, where are these birds going? Sakina, they're going out for their risk. They're going out for their travel. In the night, these birds would go back home. Bibi Sakina would say, my brother, where are these birds going now? He would say, Sakina, they are going home. She would say, my brother, when will I go home? I'll say, Bibi, you never had to go home. You stayed in the Zindan. I'll finish off with this. One night Yazid woke up, he began saying, who's this crying? They said, it's the daughter of Hussein. Why is she crying? She wants the head of Hussein. She's missing her father. They said, then take the head of her father to her. They brought the head of Imam Hussein on a plate. Bibi Sakina said, I do not want my food. I want my Baba Hussein. They said, open the plate and you shall see. She opened the plate. What did this girl see? The head cut off of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. She said, Baba, who cut your veins? Why is your beard stained with your blood? I would say Bibi Sakina put her bruised cheeks upon the bruised cheeks of Imam Hussein. She began crying and crying, and then she fell silent. When Imam Sajjad went to her, he said, Bibi Zainab, Aunt Zainab, our Sakina has joined our father Hussein. Our Sakina has joined our father Hussein. We ask Allah